Vincent Van Gogh, people told him, you can't be a great painter, you only have one ear. You know what he said? I can't hear you.
Listening to Sippin' Sports, a Phillies sports talk morning show with KJ and Dalt. Proudly powered by 302 Birds. Let's take it to the show.
Good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Sippin' Sports podcast. It is very cold where I'm at. That's why my hoodie is up right now. But KJ and Dalton on the mics for you guys. Very excited to be here. Got a lot to talk about, especially with the finale that is coming up tomorrow for our Philadelphia Eagles and Kelly Green week. So I want to see all the Kelly Green in the comments. Let's see. Go Birds. Old retro logo, 302 Birds has got that retro logo update. Nicest compliment I got all week. Somebody wanted to make that their background. So
yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I saw that.
But yeah, we're going to be talking Birds and Sixers. So if you guys want to call into the show, if you guys want to say good morning to KJ and I, if you guys want to cheers your coffee, the number is 302-316-4848. But before all that, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Sixers. I mean, first off, how are you doing this morning? And second off, the Sixers have got to be having you doing somewhat good with the way they're playing.
I'm doing pretty good. Not too bad. Kind of starting to get back into click of things because, and just like how the Sixers are as well. I mean, with the break kind of ending soon, I'm kind of glad as well because it's felt like a really long break. But it's also given us time to do some Sixers post games during the day, which is cool. We got to cover it yesterday a little bit. If you guys want to go back and go watch that, we did a Sixers post game the day after. I think we're doing that for West Coast games. But they played the Mavericks, and there's actually been like 2 games in a row that they've had that have been really exciting games. The Grizzlies game was really exciting to the wire. I mean, you had both John Morant and Tyrese Maxey battling, going back and forth. Tyrese Maxey finished with like 34 points that game. John Morant had 40 points, and he tied the game up to go to overtime. The Sixers won it, but VJ Edgecombe looks insane. The kid is taking the league by storm, and I think he is honestly going to be one of the favorites to win the Rookie of the Year. He's just looking just sensational, and I love watching this kid. He just reminds me a lot of like a Dwayne Wade kind of player, Victor Oladipo kind of player, and I'm really excited to see his future. And tonight, I mean, they got actually, I'll talk about what happened with the Mavs game. I love how the league loves to overhype Cooper Flag. I mean, they've overhyped him in general, and it's funny because they were just like posting on ESPN like, oh, it's been a dunk contest with Cooper Flag. He did like 2 dunks, which were cool, but it's like, dude, like VJ Edgecombe actually had like freaking like 23 points or 22 points, and Cooper Flag had like 12. So it's like people don't realize too. Like, I mean, VJ is just balling out, and I think if you go fast forward to like 10 years from now, or maybe even 20 years from now, and you ask yourself, you could clip this, I don't care. If you say who has the better career right now, Cooper Flag or VJ Edgecombe, I'm going to tell you right now, it's VJ Edgecombe. I think that kid is literally legit, and I think he's going to be the next big thing for this team. I think it's the future. So him and Tyrese, and then they got a huge game tonight against the Knicks. So that should be something else because you got Brunson and Maxey, who have very similar numbers. Maxey with, I believe, 30 points per game, 30.4 points per game. This is all like through memory and whatever. And then Brunson is averaging 29.4, I think 29.4.7 points per game. So very similar numbers. That should be a good matchup. It should be 3 good games in a row. So if you want to watch some good basketball, they're playing at MSG tonight, and I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Broad, morning. What are you thinking about the Sixers? Everything's
What's
clicking.
going on, man?
Up,
I got to
bro.
tell you what. How about the big four? Because now I put VJ
Yeah.
Edgecombe in the big four. 93 or 94 combined points the last game they went out there. Joel Embiid saying he feels better. He's starting to feel a little healthier, starting to feel like himself. Paul George playing some good ball. Tyrese Maxey taking a leap.
Yeah.
I tell you what, man, this team isn't going to go far. But what I will say, though, is I think that this season is like a setup season for next year or the year after, right? Like this year, everybody, like, not myself, but most people were like, oh, they're going to win 20 games and it's a pointless season. Not me, but, I think that you can actually sit down every night that they play and watch a good brand of basketball and be excited about what they're putting out on the floor. And then also say, well, we got a lot of young stars and they're going to make the postseason this year. How far they go, I don't know. But I think this year could be a setup season for what they can do next year. And that's huge because they're playing good ball right now. They're excited to watch. They're energized. They're ready to go. VJ, Tyrese, like they're playing good ball. But, they're going to get into the postseason. I don't know how far in the postseason. We're going to find out. But I think that this year's a setup season, but it's exciting to watch a team that shows up to play every game they go out there.
Rod, I'll ask you this. Do you think what do you think about VJ's potential and what do you think the future holds for VJ?
I think VJ Edgecombe's a wonderful basketball player. I think he's wonderful. We saw like the first 2 games of the season where he dropped 34 and then he dropped like 20 something, whatever it was. He came back down to earth a little bit, right? Like he's still a rookie. He came back down to earth, but I'll tell you what, he came back down to earth. He was averaging like 15, like wasn't that 30 points, but then he like came back up and he's blocking friggin' shots. He's
double block. That double block was insane.
Yeah, no, he's blocking shots at the rim. Yeah. But like outside of just scoring, he's hustling. He's getting rebounds. He's getting second chance points.
Yeah.
He's blocking shots.
He's doing
everything you want to see in a rookie or in a player alone. VJ Edgecombe is doing that. So maybe he's still not put up 30 points. Here and there he is. Here and there he's put up 20-something, but he's hustling. He's blocking shots. He's passing the ball. He's getting second chance points. He's getting rebounds. He's doing what he has to do to help this team out. Because it's not going to be all Tyrese Maxey that's going to get us to the postseason or to the finals. And we know Embiid, he's not going to be there 100% every game. He's probably going to go down with an injury coming up. Paul George, same thing. I'm not trying to jinx the guys, but that's just the reality of it.
Yep.
But VJ Edgecombe, I seriously believe he has a chance to be a superstar. And I've seen 100%. Flashes of him, and I'm sure you guys have seen it on Instagram too. Flashes of him and Jimmy Butler. And if he's Jimmy Butler, I like our chances.
Yeah. He's like a Jimmy Butler, D-Wade, Oladipo kind of hybrid.
He's got swagger, bro.
He's like himself. I mean, it's like when I compare us to other brands, KJ, and you'll be like, no, that's how you got to see VJ, right?
That's true. That's true.
He's his own person. He's his own player. But like Broad just said, right? He probably the Sixers' best shot of a true superstar. If that word doesn't get you excited as a basketball, because that's a basketball term, superstar, ticket seller, like since probably Embiid. And I think he has even more potential than Embiid because Embiid's biggest enemy was Embiid, especially when he was younger. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like he's 10 times maturity-wise. Joel Embiid was beyond ever. Age. Like, his mindset is so locked in.
Yeah. No, most definitely. And the crazy thing is, too, not only is he so is he going to make ticket sales go crazy, he's already made jersey sales go crazy. Like, I've been to multiple games, and they don't have VJ Edgecombe jerseys available. Like, literally, they're like, I talked to people there. Shout out to Luke, who actually, you probably see him on Philly Captains videos. He works at the Xfinity. I was about to say Wells Fargo Center, but the Xfinity Mobile Center for the Flyers and the Sixers game days. And he literally, I go there every time and I say what's up to him. And I'm like, I know this probably the same question I ask every time because I want to get one for my brother. And I'm like, do you guys have any VJ jerseys? And like, he'll be like, no, they just sold out in like the first 10 minutes. Like literally like every size they sell out. Like there's just people lined up for them. And it's like with no other player. Like it's been insane. They've said out of all the years, this has been the craziest they've seen with a certain player that has been a fan favorite. And he's been just taking the city by storm, this organization by storm. And I think he's going to keep on doing that.
You know what I think people really like about VJ Edgecombe? I think it's the fact that he lived off the generator and he's humble. And, because you see a lot of people now that they get in because they're daddies, right? They get in because they got money, right? And they get in because of people they know. And then you see somebody like VJ Edgecombe that comes in. He lived off a generator. He had to fight his way to college. He had to fight his way to the NBA. Now he's in the NBA and he's hustling. He's humble. He's grinding. He's all over the floor. He's putting up shots. He's blocking shots. He's rebounding. He's doing whatever he has to do. And I think fans like that because because most people, they come into the league and they're like, oh, well, whatever. I'm here now. No. This guy is VJ friggin' Edgecombe. And this is who he is. And it's exciting. And it's exciting to see because finally, for the first time, and I remember earlier on, like in October, me and Dalton were talking about on Sippin' Sports that, you finally don't have Embiid as the first option, and it's Maxey and VJ, whatever. Like, that's going to help out Embiid in the long run. It's going to help out his longevity, and you already see Embiid starting to play a little bit better basketball. But I just want people to look at the fact that he's a rookie, and he's freaking blocking shots, and he's doing everything he has to do. He's slamming. He's dunking on guy. I'm like, I think we're looking at the next coming of a serious basketball player here.
Oh yeah,
I really do.
No joke. Seriously, he's a real deal.
He is, and it's like a breath of fresh air because I'm tired of watching these 7-foot fat guys walk around the court. I'm tired of it. I want to see a young, fast guard that can shoot, that can run up and down the court, that can block shots, and that yells at the fans. I want that. The city wants that. We got that with Tyrese. Now we got that with VJ. If McCain's eventually, hopefully, going to get back to where he was last year and then take the next step, I don't know. But I think the Sixers are in a good spot because we're going to hopefully, cross the fingers, make the postseason. But then we have to see what happens. but I think this is a setup for next season because they got a lot of young talent. And if Embiid can not even stay, can somehow stay healthy for a little bit, and Pete and Paul George too, we're going to find out. But I think this is a setup for next season. But there's a reason to be excited as Sixers.
Yeah. Everything's clicking, like KJ said. Well, moving on now to our next topic. This is a little bit of a fun one. So we were talking about this, actually, I think with Havens on the post game. And it made me think that this would be a great topic as we get closer to the playoffs later in the week. And the question for not just our host, but the question for everybody, who would you rather play first round? The Packers, the Rams, or the 49ers? For me, I feel like the answer's simple. I kind of want the Packers. I feel like the Packers are beat up. The Eagles have pretty much been in control for the past 3 wins that they've played the Packers. And I feel like these teams know each other. And if there's one team that's going to choke in the playoffs recently, it's not the Cowboys. I feel like it's the Packers. So I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say, give me Green Bay, especially if it's going to be in Philadelphia all day. We'll do first, KJ, and then we'll kick it to you after, Broad. But who would you rather play out of these 3 teams?
Oh, this is tough because I feel like at the same time I want to play the best team that we can play, but then also as Dalton was saying, like, if we can play Green Bay and we can play like a struggling Jordan Love, that'd be great. At the same time, though, I don't want to be considered as like, I mean, and also I don't really care as long as we freaking win it or get close to winning it. But I don't want to be considered like, oh, you had a fraudulent path to get to the Super Bowl or whatever. Like we've had, I mean, against when we played the Chiefs the first time. I feel like last season was was a path that's more respectable that we had that we played. I think was it the Packers, and then we played the Rams, and then we played the Niners. But not Niners. I think it was Niners and Rams, right? I could be wrong. And I feel like with this, and it's funny that they're all the teams that are still there, which is funny that they're all the teams that we could be choosing from. But I think if I had to choose, even though the Niners are heating up right now, I want to play the Niners so bad, dude. I can't stand them. I like what E-Rock said, and it's kind of funny. Like I commented on the video that he posted about. They asked him the same question. They asked a bunch of other Eagles fans, who do you want? And he said he wants the Red Cowboys, aka the 49ers. And I was like, that is like a perfect that's like a perfect name for them, because I didn't realize how annoying Niners fans were. And I'm not saying all of them are. Like I have friends on TikTok who are Niners fans, and like they're actually chill. But some of them though, and I mean, I know they're like, oh, well, Philly fans are annoying as hell and yada yada and whatever. But I've realized like what certain Cowboys fans were telling me. They were warning me about them. They're like, they're gonna complain if you guys beat them. They're gonna complain. They're gonna just whine about it, and they're gonna say you cheated and yada yada. And that was exactly what happened. So honestly, I would love to go through that again and just honestly go through that and be like, you know what, like we beat them again, so they can't really make excuses.
The obvious answer is the Packers. To me, the obvious answer is the Packers. I don't think they're a good football team. We already beat them, but I know that wasn't a good score. I wasn't excited with the performance we put out there. But I'm trying to tell everybody, if you're not saying the Packers, there's something wrong with you. I mean, that's just it. They're not that good. Love is and they're playing okay. They're banged up with some injuries. I think that they're our best shot at going deep in the postseason, because right now we're sitting all the starters in this game Sunday. Then we need to get into a rhythm, and I think our best chance of getting into a rhythm is playing Green Bay, and then whoever we play after that. But I think Green Bay is my obvious choice. But after that, to me, I would honestly rather play the Rams than the Niners. That to me, because the Rams, they've gotten a couple losses recently. They've been hit. They've been clocked a couple times recently.
Yeah,
it is what it is. But you know what? I think that we have an opportunity versus them to beat them. We've already done it this season. We've done it already in the postseason. So I think, to me, 1, I want to play is Green Bay. 2 is the Rams. And 3, I don't want to play the Niners, bro. Niners are playing outrageous football.
they are playing
Brock
good.
Purdy is playing outrageous football.
That's true.
And they are very good. And honestly, man, they put up like 38, 40-something points against the Bears last week. And as much as I love the Eagles defense, the Eagles defense slips up one game, they give up, 3 touchdowns or whatever the case is. I have no faith in this offense to be able to put up points. So to me, I think it goes Green Bay, the Rams, and then the Niners. Like, I really do not want to play the Niners.
I love that ranking. I think that ranking is stellar. Because
I just don't want to be scared to the nut. I just don't want to be like, oh, like I'd rather not play. And I don't want to feel like, oh, like we're scared or whatever. Because
I'll say this: I would rather wait until the end to play the Niners. Like let the Niners save the best for last, right? Let us get a couple tune-up wins. Let us get some confidence, because you can't just come out, I think, and play the Niners with as hot as they are, right? The Niners very much remind me, not similar the way that they're built. I'm talking momentum. For those listening that are going to yell at me for this comment that I'm about to say. The Niners very much remind me of the Eagles last year. And you know what's funny? 2022, Eagles are in the Super Bowl. They lose to the Chiefs. 2023, Niners go, they lose to the Chiefs. 2025, Eagles go, they win. What I'm saying is, how funny would it be if the Niners end up going to the Super Bowl and winning it? That would be a really weird thing that happened in the NFC where the two teams that lost ended up advancing and winning within 2 years. So the Niners are very much, I think, the team that you got to look out for the most in the NFC, but I would rather play them in the NFC Championship. Like, I do not want the Rams. The Rams have pretty much almost beaten us twice now, and we've literally slipped by narrowly. Awesome wins, but that Puka catch in the playoffs last year could have been it.
Yeah.
And then that blocked field goal. If Davis didn't block that, that was it. You see the hilarious, famous clip of Jared Verse where he's like, I'm about to scream profanities into this camera. Clip it right here. But when all that happens, it's just like, it's so funny of how his reaction goes to, oh, shit, we just lost. So you're not going to, maybe you are because we're the Philadelphia Eagles, but you can't expect to get bought out by luck again and again and again.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I do think that it is going to be really interesting, especially with us not having our starters in. It's going to be interesting to see where we get seated, I feel like. So it really is going to be interesting how they really match us up with someone. It definitely is. We're just
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see, fun to watch. Hopefully our Birds get it done. Say your prayers, and hopefully we'll be back on Broad Street. But right now, let's start with something a little bit more simple. We'll let Broad take this one first. Commanders preview tomorrow, 4:25 at the Link. As KJ said, starters aren't really going to be out there, but McKee has a pretty good opportunity for himself. Would you agree?
Oh, I love McKay. I think he's a wonderful quarterback. I love Tanner McKay, and I can't wait to see Tanner McKay play Sunday. You know what? This game doesn't matter to me. It shouldn't matter to most fans. I know there's an opportunity to get the 2 seed, so of course I want to win. Any opportunity that we can to win a football game, I want to win it. So that's great. So I think they need to go out there with the mentality to win, even if you don't get that 2nd seed. But I'm excited to see McKee play. But I'm really excited to see Tank Bigsby play. I'm excited to see Bigsby go at it and be the leading rusher and do whatever he has to do. I'm intrigued by Tank Bigsby. I think that's the right word for me. I'm intrigued. I am. So this game to me really doesn't matter. I'm looking forward to the postseason, who we could face in the postseason, what could happen in the postseason. But this is a game where everybody can kind of sit back, relax, just watch a football game and say, you know what, this doesn't kill me if we win or lose. You know what I mean? Because getting tweaked. Now you lose a game here, and I'm not saying I'm okay with losing or I'm happy to lose. No, but if you do lose, it's like okay, whatever. At this point, it doesn't really matter. The 3 seed was basically ours anyway. But that's just where I'm at. I think people can, including myself, can just sit down and watch a game and not have to be worried the entire game and sit on the edge of your seat. But I think we're going to just watch a good game. I think we're going to see McKee play a good game, and I'm really intrigued by Tank Bigsby going out there, see what he's going to do, being the lead horse, and that's that. So no starters, even though I think the starters should have played at least a couple drives. You got to get into a rhythm in the postseason because you can't win in the postseason without putting up points. That's the bottom line. But I'm just excited to see a different team out there someday. A team that may make me feel happy about myself.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice, right?
Yeah.
If we had a team that made us all feel good about ourselves instead of tearing our hair out every week.
Yeah, most definitely.
What do you think, Mac?
Oh, I thought you were going. I didn't know, but
no, you're good. You can take it next.
Yeah, I think definitely this is going to be it's going to be a really it's going to be one of those games that obviously, I mean, I think some people have been saying it's kind of going to be like a preseason kind of game. Obviously, the Commanders are not what they were last year. I mean, they got banged up a lot this year. I mean, Jaden Daniels really going down really just kind of really made them just go down as a team, and it just made them plummet. So I think most definitely the Eagles, this game is, as much as we want to win this game for seeding purposes, I don't think it's that big of a deal if we lose it because also we're not playing our starters. But I do agree, though. I do think it's going to be a big game for Tank Bigsby. I did say to Dalt, for Balboa's knockout punches, I said that Tank Bigsby is going to have a huge game and he's going to have like 2 touchdowns in the game. So I think you're going to see a big day from him. And I think definitely you're going to hear the Tanner McKee fans definitely be like, yeah, that this is why Tanner McKee should be the starting quarterback. But we all know, like, it shouldn't be him yet. I mean, it's not, and not even yet, but like it really is supposed to be Jalen Hurts, and you're allowed to have a good backup quarterback. I mean, we had it with Nick Foles before, so um, I think definitely this will be a good test for McKee, especially for him. If some other teams want to make a move to trade for him as a starting quarterbacks for another franchise, because I think you could definitely be a starting quarterback somewhere else. The thing is here, I mean, we already got Jalen Hurts, and I'm committed to Jalen, and I do feel like he is the best quarterback we could have.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I'm excited to see how the Eagles end up playing this out, right? The Commanders actually beat us at home. I think the year we won the Super Bowl
Yeah,
and the year we went to the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe it's a good thing if they win. Let's go out there and lose. I'm just saying let's already look at the glass like it's half full. Because this game, Eagles fans are going to quickly forget that our starters are not out there. They're not playing. So if the Eagles end up losing this game by like 2 or scores, I could see WIP and a lot of fans overreacting. There's no reason to. Like, let the starters get their rest. Let them get healthy before the playoffs so that you can compete and match up against those teams like the 49ers. That probably I haven't done my research on this, so I don't want to speak out of term. I would think that they are still playing their starters today. I think that some of those teams still have stuff to play for. Whereas the Eagles actually might have an advantage if they play their cards right, getting everybody rested, getting everybody right, and then coming into the playoffs with playoff experience from winning LIX last year. So this could quickly turn favorable for the Eagles, but I need to see McKee go out there. I need to see him have at least 25 attempts, I think. Just know what we got, and also get him fresh before the playoffs. I hate to say it, you never know what's going to happen, right? We saw that with the Carson Wentz injury a couple years ago. You never know what's going to happen. So having him confident and sure of himself and familiar with the offense and play calling, I think is only going to benefit you as you get deeper into the playoffs, because it's when you least expect it that shit happens. So this game is, I think, a lot more important than Eagles fans understand. But if they lose by a score, it's not the end of the world, right? Like, did they play a good game? Did McKee go out there and execute? Did he look in control of the huddle? Did they call a good offense? Those are going to be, I think, the determining factors for our Eagles.
No, I agree with that. I really do. And like I was saying, you win, great. I think that's wonderful to win. I'm not trying to play any game where I'm okay. I'm okay if we lose. No. But I am okay if we lose. Win, lose, it is what it is. We have backups in there. I'm excited to see McKee go out there and play because I really think he's a baller. I'm excited to see Bigsby. In a game like this, in a game where there's really no starters and, it's kind of just like you're throwing slop out on the field and it's like a preseason game, you can't watch the game as you would normally. You can't watch a game as you would if Jalen Hurts was in there and AJ. You can't look at it that way. You have to look at it at key players. You got to look at key players. And my key players are Bigsby, McKee, right? Like, Jalen goes down. I actually have trust in Tanner McKee to step in and take care of business, right? So in a game like this, you're not looking at the game in totality, right? As if you would if it's, the Eagles versus Buffalo last week. Not looking at it in totality, but you're looking at that. What do certain players do? How do certain players rise? How does Tanner McKee throw the football in big-time spots? Like, you're looking at certain things that you could say, well, if Saquon goes down, I believe in Bigsby. If Jalen goes down, I believe in Tanner McKee. Like, you're looking at all those things. You're not looking in the game in totality. You're looking at specific players and specific moments in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. So it'll be interesting to see how this one fizzles out. I appreciate these guys for jumping on today. I think that's honestly a good place to wrap it because we don't have anything else. And I also want to go get some breakfast myself, kind of a little bit hungry. But if you guys haven't, please check out our guy, Broad Street Sports, on YouTube. Go subscribe to his page, his TikTok, his YouTube, his Instagram. We'd appreciate all those things a ton. Anything else you want to say before we wrap up, Broad?
Nah, man, I'm just excited. I'm excited to see the Sixers. KJ, you said Sixers tonight versus Knicks?
Yeah, 7:30.
At the Wells Fargo?
At the Garden. No, at the Garden.
We're playing in the Garden? All right.
In the Garden.
Hey, well, we won in the Garden last time, so we're
We
going to see
did.
what
We were walking there.
Yeah, hey, man. You know what? I'm excited to see a little Sixers basketball tonight. Little Tanner McKee action tomorrow. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to see McKee. You guys know I love McKee. So that's that, man. I'm just excited. And the Phillies again. I don't do anything. So hopefully another team will make me happy.
Going on with the
But Lenny does. How about that, really quick?
Oh God,
Lenny
I heard about that. Yeah,
nails Dykstra. How do you say
Dykstra? Dykstra.
Lenny Dykstra.
Lenny Dykstra getting arrested for drug paraphernalia and drug possession in Northeast Philadelphia.
But is that a true report though?
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah,
Let me see how old he is.
Because I saw it last night.
I'm pretty sure
like
it's
in the
true.
early morning.
62 years old, still getting it.
Hey man, you do what you got to do, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Whatever you got to do, bro. Hey man,
62 years old.
62 years old, probably made millions in playing, and I'm mean, just like walk around with some drugs. Yeah, go around with drugs and get pulled over, and go through that.
God,
sounds about right.
Yeah, not good, man.
Nope,
not good. No, could have definitely done something different.
Yeah, but hey, man, what a wild report too. That's wild.
Yeah, it definitely is
crazy.
Anything you want to say before we wrap up, KJ?
Nothing much. I mean, just I'm excited to see this Eagles run, and let's see what we can do in the playoffs. I think it definitely. I was getting hyped up in the car yesterday. I was listening to my playlist, and then I realized the Gonna Fly song came on. I started going insane. So I just started feeling like I was like, dude, I feel it. And I'll tell you one thing, Dalt, and I didn't tell Broad this yet, and I told Dalt this already. I was on my way to Atlantic City for New Year's, and the funny thing is, this is actually, this is the second time I've seen an eagle this month beyond, I guess this last 2 months. I saw an eagle at Dalt's house, at his parents' house, literally right near his house, and then the Eagles won that game. And then not only did I see one eagle, but I saw two bald eagles on the Atlantic City Expressway just flying and chasing each other. And I'm like, dude, like, this is crazy. Like, dude, that's a sign right there, because I saw one when I was before the Eagles played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl the last time, and they freaking won it. So it's like I'm very superstitious about that, and it definitely, just seeing only one but freaking two of them, I was like, holy crap! Like that's something. That is definitely something, and I definitely have some kind of feeling with that for sure. So we'll see how it goes, and if we do win it, boys. Let's all like praise the Eagles, and let's hope that we can keep on seeing more and more Eagles flying across the Philadelphia area.
The good luck charm.
Yes.
Good luck charm.
Most definitely. So,
We need a 302 Animal Planet sound that I can play whenever we start talking about animals on this show.
No, it's
like
really
a
the
little
Eagles.
Tommy
It
intro.
just it happens to be with the Eagles. So it makes
I know,
sense.
it's great. You're like the Eagle caller. I think over the past couple of months, you're just summoning them right before the playoffs. So,
your dad told us, he was like, all the years I've lived here, I've only seen the Eagle here like 3 times. And when you pop here, it pops up. So
Yeah,
it's like,
KJ just
wow.
walks out and pops up. He's like, do you ever see eagles around here? My dad's like, yeah, I've seen like one time. KJ just walks outside. He goes, oh yeah, like that, and he just points to one, and there's like literally one
Yeah,
sitting
there's
right there. It's
literally
like,
one right there.
and then it shits, and that was that Commanders video.
That was
we
that
got.
video. That was
Yeah.
our
That was
video.
literally right outside. That's like real 302 Animal Planet footage right there. Steve Irwin on the scene found a bird. Ah, the bird.
Birdies,
shitting
Mike.
on the head.
It's a birdie, Mike.
It was awesome though. It was really cool.
Yeah,
That's
So,
great, man. That's great.
yeah, stay tuned for more 302 Animal Planet footage, and maybe I'll get an intro going for that. We just have to figure out what company's gonna sponsor that.
We should do that.
Duckman Breaks, honestly, with ducks. We just need to get some footage with you with ducks, but we got to incorporate it every show
Why ducks?
because that's the only animal I can think of off the top of my head.
Oh, there's a
Duck?
bunch of other
Of
animals
brands that we partner with.
Oh, with ducks. Wait, what's the brand that we partner with that's with ducks?
No, of the brands that we would partner with or do partner with, I'm saying that's the only one I think with an animal in their name.
Oh, maybe, I guess.
So as far as Animal
Oh, yeah.
Planet goes, that would be the most relevant, I'm saying, for the segment.
Yeah.
We would
we'll
just need
figure
to
out
get
some other
footage of you
animals.
holding ducks or something.
Yo, I got a lot of ducks near me, bro. A
Oh,
lot of ducks
really?
near me. Oh yeah, you can come and pet them.
All right, we'll get a video. We'll get a video or something. Or if anybody out there has a pet duck, all right, you hear
Yeah.
that? I'll hold the duck and make a video with it.
I
And I'll
hope it
even do a
shits right
daffy
in your
duck.
hand, dude. I hope it shits right.
Hey,
in
shout
your
out to
hand.
Matt McAllister from Duckman Breaks, hearting this
I'll hold
episode.
it so
We
it doesn't
appreciate
shit
you,
in my
Matt.
hand.
Let's go. Yeah, that'd be a
So-
fun segment idea. We just need, like I said, we just need to find it. I mean, there are ducks out where the eagles are in my dad's backyard. And I mean, you are good at summoning birds. So do us a
Yeah,
favor. Go out to your backyard or wherever you're at and go summon a couple eagles. Get them
Yeah.
charged up and flocking around you like Avatar's Last Airbender. And summon up a W for us tomorrow, would you?
We'll do. You know what? I'll do what what Avatar does with the arrow, and I'll put just a W instead. I'll make a W kind of, and I'll make it like green. I'll do all this stuff and whatever. We can even AI it or whatever the heck you want. You even do that. So maybe I'll borrow PSG's face paint. I'll
Yeah, I
give
was
him a
going to
call.
say. There you
I'll give him
go.
a call.
Give him
Yeah.
a call. Well, that's
Hello,
all we
Jamie.
got. Be sure
I
to
need some
like,
face paint.
comment, subscribe. If you guys haven't, I appreciate y'all. You guys are what makes this network great. Be sure to check out Broad Street Sports and his channel as well. And KJ
yeah.
McCoy, give him a follow on TikTok.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. Everybody have a great and safe weekend. And as always, God bless. Go Birds. As always, God bless. Go Birds.
You are now listening to Sippin' Sports.